All right, so let us, you're asking us to continue, but let us continue by beginning. So let us do our mini Vandanam, the Vandeham verse, which is complete in itself, then to Guru, then to Vaishnava, and then to Mahaprabhu, then Panchatattva and Hare Krishna. This is quite familiar to most of you by now, I think. So together, but with the microphones off. Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Pada Kamalam Shri Gurum Vaishnavangscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatan Vitang Tang Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shiva Shakan Vitangascha Om Agyana Timirandasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshur Anmilitam Jena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Namo Mahavaranyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gorat Vijay Namaha Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vas Adi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Govinda Govinda. So, dear devotees, we've come together and we do have Tunga Rasa Devirasi with us on Facebook, and Madhava, Michael Madhava, and Marcos Mohan Kolla, Dandavats from Brazil. Okay, we have another one from Brazil, Marcos Kolla. So welcome to you. They're on Facebook, and maybe others are on Facebook because somehow I don't see them all. So we're here together. The last 3 times we came together, we were going through the Upadeshamritam of Rupa Goswami. So we hope that still you are going through Upadeshamritam of Rupa Goswami. When we read Prapana Jivanamritam and Sharanagati, we can't help but go through the Upadeshamritam, because all those verses are being presented to us by Bhaktivinoda Thakur in Sharanagati and Guru Maharaj in Prapana Jivanamrita. All right, so it's not that we're moving on from Upadeshamritam. We want to always keep Upadeshamritam continuously with us, but we're moving on to some other subjects. And one thing is, the last 3 weeks we've been very much like trying to present and discuss Upadeshamritam. So today, please, some interactive time with you all. So your turn to share something or to ask something, and utilize me if there's something. I mean, we are here, we need to have a question sometimes. If you've got questions, then we can give some like personal answer and feedback from our experience with Gurudev and Guru Maharaj. And we have Kumkum with us, we've got Paramananda Prabhu with us, both of whom have had extensive association with Gurudev, Kumkum with Gurudev, Guru Maharaj and Prabhupada, and myself with Srila Guru Maharaj and Srila Gurudev. And Praneshwari Devidasi is with us, and she is there from the early days in Sri Chaitanya Saraswat Mat when we were there in the mat, and she has much experience throughout all these years with all of the family around the world of Chaitanya Saraswat Mat. So utilize us, we are here to serve. Maybe one of the Brazil section would like to ask a question. You do hear from me fairly regularly, for instance, yesterday evening, or your afternoon, earlier in the afternoon. But here you can ask a question to Praneshwari Devidasi, Paramananda Prabhu, and Kumkum Tidi. And if I didn't mention Paramananda just now, saying we've got our high-powered devotees, I certainly should have done. Maybe I did mention. But full life since a teenager, 16 years old, perhaps, in devotional service. So we've got a high-powered assembly here. Please ask a question. No questions from anybody. My goodness, I thought that Zoom was meant to bring us live. Maybe it's only moving avatars of your heads. All right, then.
Okay, Maharaj.
Okay, what? I was going to start asking questions.
Better we ask you a question before you start asking questions. But maybe you can just give some illuminations. We had a meeting with the Russian devotees yesterday, and one of the subjects was the friendship in Krishna consciousness. So maybe you can speak something on that subject.
Well, we've got our best examples of that. That is Guru Maharaj and Gurudev. They are Guru, no doubt, but they were very personal and they were the friend to the devotees. He was the devotee's friend and well-wisher. And somehow everywhere that we read from Guru Maharaj and Gurudev, everywhere that we hear from Guru Maharaj and Gurudev, we get this. I mean, as I say, I sometimes wonder how is it others don't understand or feel that same thing, but I think all sincere souls do feel that same thing, that Guru Maharaj and Gurudev are teaching us about the land of love and beauty and sweetness and charm. Not as Guru Maharaj always says, not a foreign land. And yesterday we are reading, and I can see if I can find what we are reading yesterday. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna. Not here, I have to go to the tablet. I mean, everything is sweet and everything is the best thing we read. And the best thing that we can read are the words of our masters. Let me just see if I can quickly come to where we were yesterday. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda. That sounds like Bhagavan Prabhu, Dandavat Prabhu. All right. So yes, Dandavat Prabhu. So we've just been asked about, I've even forgot the wording of the question, but about love in the family of Krishna consciousness, essentially. And so I just was reminded of what we read yesterday morning, and what we read yesterday morning. I read a short excerpt from Srila Guru Maharaj, Srila Bhakti Rakha Sridhar Dev Goswami Maharaj. How much will I read? Are you all sitting comfortably? Then I'll begin. Okay, so now, okay, this is by Guru Maharaj speaking, but he's explaining about how Jiva Goswami is describing about this word Bhagavan. Bhagavan Das Prabhu, you probably know this off by heart, having your name as Bhagavan. But Jiva Goswami has given the essential meaning of Bhagavan in his Bhakti Sandarbha. He says, Bhagavan Bhajaniya Sarva Shad Guna Vishishta. By Bhagavan, he describes the aspect of infinite, Bhajaniya, worshipable. When we come in touch with him, with a capital H, then we want to surrender ourselves for his satisfaction. That type of infinite. There are various types of infinite. The highest conception of the infinite is Bhajaniya Guna Vishishta. He is so beautiful and attractive that he is attracting all to surrender to him. No other conception of the infinite, neither infinite space, nor time, nor anything else, can approach this highest conception of the infinite, the all-attractive infinite. All the other aspects of the infinite, infinite time, infinite space, infinite power, are external. But infinite love, which attracts love. So, okay, but infinite love, which attracts love and self-surrender, is the highest type of infinite. And that is Krishna. Attraction is the most fundamental element everywhere. All else can be eliminated and forgotten if we come in touch with attraction and love. Everything can be ignored if we are in connection with love. The fulfillment of our existence, of all existence, of everything, is in love. Love is the principle in the center, which is the only fulfillment of all existence. The very gist of existence is there. It cannot be ignored or challenged by any other forms or aspects of our substantial existence. It is unchallengeable and absolute. I'm going to read you 3 more sentences. I know it's a little longer reading than we normally do, but I asked if you were sitting comfortably and you all said yeah. So, all right, whatever we may experience, the most central need for fulfillment remains. That is, who's going to fill in the missing space? Love. Okay, so whatever we may experience, the most central need for fulfillment remains. That is love. The absolute king of everything is love. Nothing can stand in comparison with it. Coming in clash with the principle of love, all will have to accept defeat. Mahaprabhu pointed out that this is the most substantial thing in this world. Hare Krishna. So that's all about love. And your question was about family. What is a family without love? So we saw the example of Guru Maharaj and Gurudev of heading up a loving family, the family of devotees. And everyone is a volunteer. You can come, you can not come. But it is sad when we see devotees not coming. Means they may be coming, hearing from Guru Maharaj and Gurudev, but somehow keeping some independent thought or independent interest, something blocking them from coming and surrendering and being part of the family. But Guru Maharaj and Gurudev have their doors open to accept the surrendered souls. But surrender comes from us. We cannot be made to surrender. So the loving family is based on a selfless family, each unit of the family being selfless. And as I'm sure I've explained on Back to Basics before, really in Navadip, and we had that experience. Oh, how wonderful must be Goloka Brindavan when we see such an example here within the walls. At that time, you can say the walls of Chaitanya Saraswat Mat, because it was Chaitanya Saraswat Mat of Gurudev and Guru Maharaj. And there within the walls of the mat, really it was a loving, coordinated or harmonious, serving family, all kinds of different nationalities, languages, natures, but under the loving guidance of Gurudev in particular, who was very available to the devotees. then that family not only feel, but the family attitude, nature, participation, devotional family, then this was taking place happily. So we've had some glimpse, some example in this world. But if we look outside the door of the Chaitanya Sarasat mat of the consciousness, that's been built by Gurudev and Guru Maharaj, when we look outside that door, there's a very ugly world outside. So we are not trying to compete, to try to do anything else. We're not trying to leave that conception of love, sweetness, beauty, charm. When Krishna is that as Bhagavan, the personality, the Brahman, the Paramatma, and Bhagavan, the Bhagavan conception. Often thinking Bhagavan, very big, very great. But what very big, very great? Love, sweetness, charm, beauty. Hare Krishna. So family, and immediately arriving, even before arriving, having heard of Guru Maharaj from Srila Prabhupada's recordings and from the devotees who've met him, then we already knew, oh, my family is there. Hare Krishna. I do not know if that was the question that I answered or not. But you got
friendship in Krishna consciousness.
oh, friendship.
Dandi Maharaj is joining.
Oh, very good.
I don't see.
He's still in the waiting room.
Oh, it's Japanese. Only Paramananda can read that.
No, even I cannot read that.
Well, just see.
But Maharaj, there is a question. Whatever you just explained is so wonderful. Perfect answer. But we've been using this word, love, in so many different ways. Using, misusing, misrepresenting. So what is the love actual? What are we talking about here when we're using that word?
So what we are talking about, what Guru Maharaj, Gurudev, Jiva Goswami, that we were just quoting Jiva Goswami through the mouth of Srila Guru Maharaj, what they are talking about love, it is descending. We cannot force anything. It is not something we're going to sit down and I'm going to fall in love with God. I mean, something like this. Or in love with the devotees. I'm going to make myself do it. But rather it is coming by their grace, by the Lord's grace, by the affection of the Vaishnavas. It's coming from their affection to us. And how we fit in with the family is as a surrendered servitor, not as a challenging or as a exploiting, seeing what we can get. That will naturally produce clash with the conception of surrender. So how do we associate with the Vaishnavas? As Guru Maharaj points out, not like a mosquito or an ant. They associate very closely with the body of the Vaishnava. But our association with the Vaishnava is through humility, through service, and through a relationship of open, revealing one's mind and hearing instruction. That's this surrender mood. So this will come to us. We can't manufacture it. And we are feeling units. Cupid, we hear about Cupid. And we were all teenagers. And we know how Cupid can draw this like affection which is not reasonable. It's not something you calculate, but it is something which is just coming up automatically. So Krishna and his devotees, they are charming even Cupid himself. So this is also given a description about love and what is the family of love, which is the devotional family. that it is spontaneous, it comes of its own accord, not manufactured from this world. And the other thing is, we're always cautioned not to take the love of this world that we think is love in this world into that plane of Krishna consciousness. Then it is taking mundane conception, however subtle we may think that is, it's taking a mundane conception into the upper world. When it will come to us, when it will be graciously given the flow of love from up to down, then we will know what it is. I'm reminded of that time in New York when Srila Prabhupada was supervising the painting of Krishna, Gopal, Govinda, with the cow, with the calf, and then adjusting, and then the devotee is asking to Srila Prabhupada about, is this really what Krishna looks like? And Srila Prabhupada saying, well, not exactly, but you recognize him when you see him. Like that. You won't need anybody else to tell you. And the example Guru Maharaj gives of the son and the boy who's born in the underground cell in the prison or in a cave. All he knows about, all the little boy knows as he grows up, maybe he's, I don't know, 4 years old or 5 years old or something. This young boy, to see anything, he must have a candle because he's in a dungeon or a cave with no light at all. So he's accustomed that, oh, yes, let's see something. Then we must have a candle to see by. And then from outside, some boy comes from a local school or something, says to him, oh, look, oh, you're living here in this dark place. Come, I'll show you the sun. And then describes to him what is the sun. And then, come. Oh, no, description won't do. You'll have to come and see. And then the little boy who's born in the darkness and lived his life in the darkness, he says, okay, but wait, I need to bring a candle. I said, no, you don't need to bring a candle. So, and then the boy said, oh, we think I'm foolish. I know you can't see anything without a candle. A candle is necessary to see anything. And then the other boy who would come and say, my friend, come with me. Don't think that that you need a candle to see what I'm going to show you. Then brings him to the sun, and then the little boy sees the sun. Oh, this is the sun. My candle, my little candle here in my hand doesn't have much power here, does it? So the loving relationship with the devotees, the loving relationship with the Lord, all of this is coming from up to down. That the Lord's loving eye is watching over us. Hare Krishna. And there Guru Maharaj also describing about we need to lead our life in this way, knowing that the Lord's loving eye is watching everywhere. And this way we won't venture to do anything wrong because we'll be aware of the Lord, conscious of the Lord, conscious of Krishna, Krishna conscious. Aha. We would need to be Krishna conscious. My goodness. Praneshwari Dev, oh, there are 5 messages in the chat. Maybe somebody's asked a question. Jaya Dev Das to everyone. Love, I could hear this reading for eternity. Okay, Jaya Dev, I could too, happily. And Praneshwari, from divine aspiration, outer form, inner substance. So this is from divine aspiration, is by Guru Maharaj. Yes, Srila Sridhar Maharaj. So please, someone may read for us, kindly, Praneshwari. Maybe Praneshwari you'd like to read.
Yes, let's invite Kumkum Didi, please.
Yes. True friends, what a beautiful subheading. True friends.
It's certainly true, Maharaj. We could hear this forever. So beginning with true friends. Yeah.
Yes, yes, yes. It's a subtitle, and it's a subtitle in the book of Divine Aspiration by Srila Guru Maharaj.
Okay. How are we to come out of this vicious cycle and attain the fulfillment of our life? Our only friends are those who are carrying this information to the public. The absolute center is love. Our best friends are those who are on such an errand. All other seeming friends should be dismissed. They should all be dismissed if we are sincere. Now, this will be the form of our progressive life to move towards that center. And for that, there must be elimination and new acceptance. In this way, leaving behind all other formalities, the inner spirit must make us mad to advance further towards him.
Right.
Oh.
And now here is, okay, so there is one wonderful description. And again, does this remind us of Upadeshamritam of Rupa Goswami?
Yeah.
I think so, after covering Upadeshamritam, how we have to leave all the non-Krishna things and come forward and embrace happily the Krishna things and leave automatically the automatically, you know, we do leave automatically if we don't just give in to our mind. The mind needs the intelligence to stop it roaming around in the dirt of the gossip of the material world out there. It can roam around there for billions of lifetimes in all kinds of species of life. And if we can just keep the mind in the right place, then we are always being told to control the mind with the intelligence with the good food of the scriptures. So hence to control our speech, our mind, and our anger, and to leave the non-devotees. This is, believe that their association is given as, having their association is given as unfavorable, and in the favorable department, as if to stress it, saying to leave their association is favorable. So here we are getting some glimpse of this. And how beautiful, our true friends. All right, and there is a second. There is a second and longer translation, but this is from Subjective Evolution of Consciousness, Spiritual Evolution.
There is a fable that shows how a small bird was able to disturb and even control the whole ocean. Once, a small bird laid her eggs by the ocean shore, but the ocean carried the eggs away. When the ocean stole her eggs, the bird became angry and asked for them back, but the ocean would not return them. The bird went to her master, that bird went to his master, and in this way, they finally went to Garuda, the master of all birds. Garuda is a servant bird carrier of Vishnu. And Garuda came to the aid of that small bird. He threatened the ocean. If you don't return this little bird's eggs immediately, I shall drink you to the last drop. The ocean had to submit. In this way, the unlimited ocean was conquered by a small bird. As the moral of this story, Pandit Vishnu Sharma gives this conclusion. When examining a person, we must consider his friends and the friends of his friends. Without such considerations, we should not try to estimate the power of a particular thing. Because of friendly association, the ocean was conquered. In the same way, by making friendship with the infinite, one can conquer the infinite.
But not to take that in the way, oh, I've got a way to conquer in the sense of exploitation. This is all about love. As Paramananda Prabhu mentioned in his question, the much overused word in this world. Hare Krishna. And, oh yes, here's a moving Sripad Dandi Maharaj. I thought it was a picture, but you are sitting very perfectly still. Very good. So Sripad Dandi Maharaj, our Dandavat Pranam to you. And to Harinam Ananda Prabhu from Colombia, our Dandavat Pranam has joined us. And Ekadashi Devidas has joined us. Dibya Shakti Devidas has joined us. And Parama Bhakti also in Brazil has joined us. And Priyanana from Thailand and Radha Sundari from Mayapur. And we did invite to Keshavananda Prabhu. I'd hoped he may give us a little inside view of Brindavan, but we did see him yesterday and it looked very cold. He looked very cold, all wrapped up in Brindavan. But we'd hoped we'll try to book him for next week and see, because the time is good time. It's 9 o'clock now right? Yes, it's 9 o'clock in India. It is a good time. Maybe he's having muri and yogurt and gur for breakfast. But I think finished breakfast. Hare Krishna.
Oh, Maharaj, is Keshavananda Prabhu is India now? In India?
He is. He's in Brindavan.
Wow, Jai.
He's there to serve. So if any devotees turn up now, then Keshavananda Prabhu is there in Brindavan. And in Govardhan, we have our very own Muktinath Prabhu and Uma in Govardhan. So we've got some servitors on the ground doing maintenance and painting and cleaning and making everything ready for devotees. So let's see what will happen.
Praneshwari Didi is also on Govardhan.
Praneshwari Didi, oh yes, she is indeed. She is indeed. Such a beautiful place, a unique temple. And this is our actual shelter in Brindavan, Mathura Mandal, is Govardhan, this temple. Our Brindavan temple is for pilgrimage, for staying for 3 nights and not going to Loi Bazaar, not doing business. Hare Krishna. But having said that, we are very grateful to the devotees who do send us gifts from Brindavan, etc. And here we received a little care, not a little, we received a care package from Brindavan happily, from Neelambari Devidasi, who visited there recently. So I expect we shall see her later today. She's also in Norway. She's in, I think, Oslo. She's a nurse, not a nurse. No, she's a doctor, specialist cancer doctor. Yes, okay. So dear devotees, Paramananda asked a very, very sensible question for us. A reminder that we're not an army. Okay, sometimes we have an analogy of an army, but an army for Mahaprabhu, for distributing loving kindness, love and sweetness to everybody. And home comfort. Home comfort is not a rigid thing. It is very living and alive. And this expression is Guru Maharaj's repeated expression about our home. And Brahma Sanghita, our Brazilian devotees here, they have been reading and hearing from Brahma Sanghita. What a beautiful description of Goloka Brindavan and the land and the family, the devotees, the everything there in Brindavan. This is our goal. Hare Krishna.
Maharaj, with your permission, I would like to ask Paramananda Prabhu to give a little bit of guidance in relationship of friendship in Krishna consciousness, especially for those who come, who are new, and they don't know so much, they don't know so many devotees, and they want to have friends who are Krishna conscious.
Giant, very practical question. So Paramananda Prabhu, over
Maharaj, with your permission, I would like to ask Paramananda Prabhu to give a little bit of guidance in relationship of friendship in Krishna. I'm sorry, there was a delay. Yes, there was a delay there.
Well, I mean, we are right now, am I talking to myself?
No, we can hear you.
we can hear you, yes, all
Really?
good. Yes.
Oh, okay. Just everybody suddenly appeared very frozen.
We're following Dandiman's example of being a self-controlled yogi, sitting perfectly still.
Maharaj is very dhira-like. Yes, he's not moving at all. But anyhow, I mean, I don't give any guidance, but I received some guidance that I can pass on. And actually, there's so much guidance. Like this morning, before the meeting, we've been getting so much guidance from here, from Srila Govinda Maharaj. He's the ultimate source of guidance, so Srila Guru Maharaj, Srila Prabhupada. And I remembering, even though I never met Srila Prabhupada, but I remembering how he would sign his letters. Your ever well-wisher, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami. So here we go. I actually touched this subject this morning. Who is our real friend? So that's a good question. And as I mentioned, maybe last time or a few meetings back, our dear Sripad Vaishnava Maharaj would point it out how important it is to have a friend in Krishna consciousness. He says it's practically a fundamental thing to acquire a friend in Krishna consciousness. So is Guru Maharaj, he is talking about that. He's saying we will continue on this path in the company of our friends who are like-minded, senior friends, equal friends, junior friends, and all of them will give us assistance, will give us inspiration to go on. And with love and affection, we shall continue. So this is our situation. We've been reading today from Srila Gurudev, how he is pointing out that whatever we do, whatever we, our practice, our relationship between each other must have love and affection as a base. And how will that come? And then Srila Gurudev points out, it will come from dedication, giving yourself, surrendering yourself. Then some realizations will come to us. What are they giving us? What are they doing for us? Where we were, who are we before we met the devotees? Then immediately we realize that they are our ultimate friends. And why are we gathering? We're actually practicing our religion as advised by Srila Guru Maharaj and Srila Gurudev, like-minded people getting together. We're taking shelter from the seniors. We're asking for instructions. We're hearing, we're offering respects. We're discussing between each other. And then we're also answering questions of the junior section. So the dati pratigrifnati guhyama pyati prichati bhumte bhojayate cheva. We have to work on bhumte bhojayate part during the Zooms, but even that can be achieved, I'm pretty sure. Like yesterday, we had the Zoom with Sripad Dandi Maharaj. And I saw Braja Sundari, our Israeli Braja Sundari, making sandwiches. She was making sandwiches for a full maybe 15, 20 minutes for her kids, obviously. But I felt that I tasted those sandwiches because I would always see her doing something. Really, some realization come to me that it's actually possible. We can actually take prasadam together. Like sit down and take some prasadam, some garam jal maybe. And we can feel that. So we're here in the company of friends. We're having a free discussion. We're discussing what touched our hearts and what keeps touching our hearts. And we need help, we need inspiration, we need enthusiasm. We always have to refill our enthusiasm by association. And Srila Gurudev, everyone, Gurudev, I can quote Srila Gurudev because I heard it from him. He's saying, Vaishnava association. Who is a Vaishnava? We just read. He is our best friend, our best well-wisher. Is fundamental on the path of devotion. It is where we start. And what is association? It's not just, okay, you're coming to the Vaishnava and say, can you, tell me something, give me some association. It's not like that. Having discussion, serving each other, giving gifts, accepting gifts, revealing your heart, and listening to devotees' opening heart to you, being available for that. Anyhow, so many things can be said, and so many examples are given. Like recently, we've been remembering Ramachandra Kaviraj and Narottam Das Thakur's relationship. Srinivasa Acharya. It is said when Narottam Das Thakur arrived, and they haven't met even, Srinivasa Acharya felt like he was inseparable. He was just part of him. Immediately they became friends. Shyamananda Prabhu. And throughout his bhajans and songs, he is mentioning that. How dear is his friend to him. And what is friendship? Like Maharaj just explained, what is love? It's the same thing with friendship. What is real friendship between the... When Krishna is in the center, when Vaishnava is in the center, when their interest in the center of our life, then a true friendship, true love, true affection will naturally manifest in our heart. And what I was pointing out this morning, it must be natural, not forced, not fake, natural manifestation. And in that beautiful verse, Kapila Muni is saying, just by being with the devotees, it will happen. This is really, it's like one of the, Srila Rupa Goswami gives that verse and saying, this is the essence of all instructions. So here is another verse. Is the essence of all instructions too. And again, Srila Gurudev and Guru Maharaj points that out. Here is the answer to that question. Be with the devotees. You will understand what are they giving to you, how much they're your friends, how much they're well-wishers. Nowhere else you're going to get anything like that, not even remotely. And then hence the appreciation will come. Then understanding of love and affection proper. Again, it's the words that we've been using in becoming way too familiar quite often. So good to remind ourselves what the love and affection really is, what the friendship is really is. And we can speak more about that, but I'm pretty sure, I'm noticing our dear Divya Shakti Didi joined us with permission of Madhusudan Maharaj. Was nice to hear a word of advice.
Certainly don't need my permission to hear from Divya Shakti. I can recommend to all devotees, if you get the opportunity to hear from Divya Shakti, please do so without hesitation.
And I know she is not only a friend, but she is also, a mother-like figure, filled with love and affection and freely sharing it anytime she has a chance.
So Divya Shakti, you need to unmute your microphone, please. And please share some gracious, affectionate guidance for all of the devotee family. Unmute your microphone, please. Prajalshta, whatever is the Salt Lake City word. She's not unmuting the microphone. We cannot hear you.
Filled with love and affection and freely sharing it anytime she has a chance.
Oh, so Divya Shakti, you need to unmute your microphone, please. Oh, what's happening? Share some gracious, affectionate guidance for all of the devotee family.
Well, I'd like to offer my
microphone, please.
Okay.
You need to turn your loudspeaker off. It's running on Facebook, I think. She's not unmuting the microphone.
It's unmuted.
We cannot hear you.
You can't hear me?
Now it's perfect.
Oh, you need to unmute your microphone.
Okay, hold on a second. I'm trying.
Oh, you need to turn off the loudspeaker, actually. Sorry.
Hold on.
It
is running on Facebook, but
Divya Shakti, you're perfect now. You're perfect now.
Can
We
you
can hear
me now?
you. Yes.
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 Oh.
Yes.
Yeah, I first went on with Facebook, and please accept my humble pranams, Maharaj and Paramananda Prabhu, and you all have said everything. Paramananda, you have really touched upon so much about friendship and love and affection. And it's true. Actually, on the back of benediction tree, Gurudev quotes a beautiful verse here, and I can read it to all of us. It says, "What we need are good friends and association. Then we can proceed happily. And the other factor is that if our surrender is perfect, like you said, Maharaj and Paramananda, then from the upper level, faith will come to us and protect us. If someone is fully surrendered to Krishna in his form as guru or sadhu, then Krishna will certainly protect him. He must protect him." And then Gurudev says, "A teacher is always necessary, whether we reach a very junior class, a senior class, or a higher class. Even if we want to eat something, there also a teacher is necessary. Guidance is always necessary. Guidance is always good for everyone." So, like, I don't know, who was it? Guru Maharaj said he will always remain a student. Is this right? Yeah. Srila Guru Maharaj said that. I mean, if that's coming from Srila Guru Maharaj, what to speak of us? You know, so, and through service, you know, this is through the serving tendency. This is how we will attract our dearest friends, you know, our dearmost friends. That's what I was saying. Gurudev said, never lose your service mood, your serving mood. So that's a good quality that we all should really try to hold on to, is our serving mood. And we will always be around good association and good friends. So anyway, you both have said so much about this, and it was so funny, Paramananda Prabhu, that you asked the question and then you gave the answer. So that was really beautiful. And you elaborated on it, and the more you talked about it, the more came out. So the
I
more
was inspired by Madhusudan Maharaj, really.
Oh,
I just basically repeated what he said and something I heard from Srila Govinda Maharaj.
Yeah, but it's all so beautiful. And Kumkum Didi reading from Divine Aspiration, so nice. Anyway, it's all so beautiful. Actually, I did want to say something tonight, that I was listening to Srila Madhusudan Maharaj reading the audiobook of Brahma Samhita, and he was reading the part about, I was listening to the part about Durga, and it was very interesting, and it went so deeper. Like, wow, it really opened up my heart and my head more to understand about Durga Ma. So I just believe that book is just so amazing and so incredible, that Brahma Samhita, I always think that I'll never be able to understand it. But, you know, Sri Lekha Didi, she has such a keen memory of the scriptures, you know, and she's always chanting the Brahma Samhita. And then in Subjective Evolution, I think we're reading about different aspects of the Brahma Samhita. So I was like so encouraged to, you know, try to, you know, listen to the book. So I'm almost finished listening to it, but now I want to listen to it again and listen to it again. So I'm so grateful to you, Madhusudan Maharaj, for all these audio books that you've given to us. It's just amazing.
Divya Shakti, I was just the reader, and that specific book, Brahma Samhita, why did I read that book? Because when I was reading myself, then really there were so many things which were just going beyond me. And
Yes.
then I thought, well, whenever I read a book aloud and record, but read a book aloud, then I have to understand its meaning. I can't just read and then just, okay, I've read that's what it says, I need to understand what I'm reading. And so I actually read Brahma Samhita a little different than the other books because I couldn't understand it. It was like it was leaving me. I'd give attention and then it'll go. Then I thought, okay, I'm going to record this and understand it as I go through. So, okay, we can never understand it, but at least very deliberately, I read that book. And by the way, Brahma Samhita must be in the ether because Brahma Samhita is in our Chaitanya Charitamrita, in that section of in Mahaprabhu's instruction to Sanatana Goswami, which is where we are reading here in the morning Parayan, continual reading of the Chaitanya Charitamrita. And Brahma Samhita has come up again and again in this section. And then Brahma Samhita we have read separately here in Vila Govinda Ashram with the devotees who are coming and visiting, and we're going through the Brahma Samhita. And then for our Brazilian section, just a few hours ago, then we introduced what is Brahma Samhita, why it's so important, and read the first verse and then the first few verses describing Krishna and his abode, with more verses to come in the next programs. And now you are mentioning Brahma Samhita. So Brahma Samhita is in the air. It is a very short book. We've heard Gurudev describing Brahma Samhita, his pleasure that the Brahma Samhita was published by our mat. And maybe difficult to catch many things, especially in the commentaries which are there, they're like very difficult. But it is in a very short way the whole conception of Mahaprabhu. Hare Krishna. So Brahma Samhita seems to be in the atmosphere. And it is good. Why not read Brahma Samhita again? Now is the time, I think. We should all read Brahma Samhita again.
Also, not to forget, Maharaj, one of the external reasons why Mahaprabhu went to South India is to discover that book, along with Krishna Karnamritam. Then Mahaprabhu brings it and gives it to the devotees and said, copy it and distribute it, give it to everyone. So there must be a reason.
And we also see this as the first book distribution, the Sankirtan in the form of book distribution. Mahaprabhu came and gave Brahma Samhita and distributed Brahma Samhita to the devotees. And then it wasn't just downloading within half a second or maybe 4 seconds, downloading a file off the internet. Then you needed to copy the book. Hare Krishna. How times have changed so quickly, but all this technology is allowed for the devotees. Forget about everybody doing exploitation. Let's use all this in devotional service. That's why it is here. And let us put a filter in our brain. Maybe we can't put a filter on our devices, but put a filter in our brain. We won't look even at any headlines or garbage or anything or other discussions about all sorts of things going on. Only we will make the filter. We'll use all of this for Krishna consciousness. Then
like advice, Maharaj, by Rupa Goswami, Asat Sangha can be represented as something that doesn't have anything to do with Krishna consciousness. That is all Asat Sangha, garbage, basically. And really, it is called garbage by Prabhupada Saraswati Thakur. When he's praying and saying that no matter what you know, you may be very learned from the mundane perspective. You could be the most learned personality. Whatever you acquired, it's all Vishaya Dura. It's just useless accumulation. Throw it away. Take Mahaprabhu's feet. There you will find everything. And Bhaktivinoda Thakur, he is also that beautiful song in Sri Godruma Chandra Bhajana Upadesha. Jada Kavya Rasa Nahi Kavya Raso Kali Pavana Gaura Rasati Raso Alamanya Katha Anushilanya Bhajagadruma Kanana Kunja Bidum. So he's saying that you will never find, even in the refinest poetry of this world, you will never find a proper substantial taste. The only taste is to be found in the descriptions of Gauranga's Lila. So give up all other talks. They're absolutely useless. Alamanya Kanha Anushilanya, completely give it up and take shelter in Mahaprabhu's Lila, Mahaprabhu's instructions, and just worship the Godrumas, the moon of the Godruma. How is it? I forgot the whole
Residence.
Yes, the moon of the Godruma Dvipa. Worship Mahaprabhu, worship Gauranga.
And let us give up everything and take shelter of the loving family of Gurudev and Guru Maharaj, of Saraswati Thakur and Prabhupada. Hare Krishna. All right, wonderful things. Oh, Amiya Sindhu Prabhu joined us too. Amiya Sindhu Dandavad. Hare Krishna.
Dandavad Maharaj, Dandavad everybody. Very, very happy to be part of this meeting. Super sweet, super heart melting. And especially Divya Shakti Didi, she's like, she's the greatest to give us all happiness. And
where are you seated, Prabhu?
I'm now in Ahmedabad. I'm taking some very nice prasadam, and I'm staying in ISKCON temple. Very nice temple here, beautiful temple, and very, 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 very good feeling I'm having here. Like very protected. It's like you stay in the house and you feel like this is the house of Srila Prabhupada. You like every all inauspiciousness is just cannot come. And coming to Ahmedabad from Dwarka was also very amazing. I really like the temple there and the people there of Gujarat and Rajasthan. These are two like Vaishnava states in India, so everybody's like connected with Krishna, and everybody was coming to see Dwarkadish, like they come to see their like uncle or their like father, or like very, very family relationship. I felt it's not like a museum. I felt it's not like a temple, but more like a museum, you know. In Russia, sometimes when some famous person, after the famous person is gone, they keep the flat where he was staying, where he was living, because like some atmosphere is there. Like we do the same in India. So it felt the same. Like it's not just like some temple of God, but it's just like a temple of exact like particular person, that and everybody was coming to see this person and have very like real like family connection with him also. So I really like Dwarka also.
And that person being Krishna.
Yes, Dwarkadish. Balaram is also there. Anyway, it's just like amazing. So many places there, so many wonderful stories, and nice to see, actually, nice to remember. And everybody there, all the people there, everybody like felt like one family. We sit in the street, we take breakfast sometimes in the street with the local people. Everybody was very friendly, and everybody like had something in their heart that just makes you understand they're like part of Krishna family, Krishna kingdom. And yeah, very, very nice time we had there. So now I'm back to Ahmedabad to work. Anyway, I don't want to talk in the assembly of these beautiful devotees, beautiful Vaishnavas, but I'm very happy to be part of it. And I send my love and dandavats to everybody.
Jai. Well, we are very happy you talk and very happy to receive your affection and from the family there. And the temple does look very beautiful.
Yeah, beautiful temple, beautiful, wonderful temple.
Okay, so dear devotees, automatically the family theme has come up again and again in one way or another today, as well as the Brahma Sanghita, and as well as the whole mood behind this, which is we need to come with our surrender, with our willing, loving dedication, and to follow the practices as given by Rupa Goswami in Upadeshamritam. Let us not forget. All right, so dear devotees, let us continue our day or evening or afternoon, depending on where you may be. And let us do this remembering 25 hours a day, the holy name of the Lord and our caring, loving masters, what they expect from us, and we shall try to do that. Jai, Philip.
Maharaj,
Yes.
excuse me. You have dandavats from Jagamohini Didi? Special dandavats from her?
Special dandavat from me, and I'm sure from all of us, especially who know you, to you, Jagamohini.
And also from Ananda Moy Didi, Anna Bortoleto.
Oh, I mean, Canadian Ananda Moy. But I'm thinking of you so much, remembering you all the time. I hope you're doing well, and we're very happy to receive your obeisances, but to give our obeisances, to have that opportunity, and thinking of you there. And I mention her repeatedly as an example of how in such a short space of time she's able to get so many good friends who are wanting, she puts in their heart the desire to want to hear about Krishna. She's a preacher by nature. Through affection, the family of Gurudev, extending Gurudev's affection. So my and our obeisances to you, Anandamoy Devidasi, and to all of those who are on Facebook, all of those who are here with us. Oh, now who's just joined us? But we're just on our way. And maybe his clock is an hour different. I do not know.
And Maharaj, one last message in the chat, please. The last one, very short.
So Parama Bhakti, birds of the same plumage fly together. We are our true family. Jai. Yes, this is an expression of Guru Maharaj too. And Pranashri, Brahma Sanghita. Maybe, can we read the book and ask questions on Wednesday? Yes. You don't have to ask me twice to read from Brahma Sanghita. Happily. Jai Srila Gurudev, Srila Bhakti Sunda Govinda Dev Goswami Maharaj ki Jai. Jai Srila Guru Maharaj, Srila Bhakti Rakha Sridhar Dev Goswami Maharaj ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Bhagavan, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur ki Jai. Shri Rupa Nuga Guru Vaga ki Jai. Vishvarenya Srila A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Swami Prabhupada ki Jai. Nama Acharya Srila Haridas Thakur ki Jai. Shri Rupa Nuga Guru Vaga ki Jai. And our beautiful Guru Maharajs and Gurudev's beautiful deities in Navadip. Saparika, Shri Guru, Gauranga, Gandhava, Govinda Sundar ki Jai. Shri Navadip Dham ki Jai. Shri Brindavan Dham ki Jai. Shri Purushottam Dham ki Jai. And Jai Shri Harinama Sankirtan ki Jai. All of the assembled devotees ki Jai, including, of course, Shri Dandi Maharaj, Bhakti Ashray Dandi Maharaj ki Jai. Kumkum Devi Rasi ki Jai, Paramananda Prabhu ki Jai, Divya Shakti Devi Rasi ki Jai, Praneshri Devi Rasi ki Jai. All of our senior devotees section, and to all of you one by one, and to Jagamohini Devi Rasi, our senior devotee section on Facebook, and others on Facebook. Oh yes, various devotees are with us, and Sevarupa Devi Rasi in Mexico also is with us happily, and other devotees who I may not be able to see because Facebook is like that. So dear devotees, and appreciate the contribution of each of you, the questions, Divya Shakti's very appropriate quotation and reflections. Thank you very much to each of you, and we'll meet again very soon. Happily.
Jai Srila Bhakti Ranjan Madhusudan Maharaj ki Jai.
Hare Krishna. Jai Gaura Premanandi. Hare Hare. I shall leave you together. Govinda Govinda.
Maharaj, Dandi Maharaj was just saying something, but we couldn't hear it.
Oh, Dandi Maharaj, where are you?
I am now in Govindaland. I'm afraid there's a very bad connection here. I think.
Okay,
So,
but what would you like to say?
Oh, Maharaj, I just sent Dandavats from all the devotees of Govindaland, where I am now.
Maharaj, please excuse, by circumstance, we didn't get to hear from you today. We must put you on the top of the list next time in a few days' time. But I'm sure you, like us, are really happy to hear from the devotees. Jai Maharaj. And Dandavat to the Govinda land, back to Vrinda ki Jai. Nitai Gaura Premanandi, Hari Hari Bol.